Thank you, Bert.
There we go. There's the official notice, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Bert.
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay. Nope, that's it on me. So
So thanks, Cyndy. So tell us a little bit. You have an exciting, I think it's new, database that you have to offer your patrons. And so tell us a little bit about that and what it's called and what it involves and how people can get access to it.
sure, thank you. We did this back in like January. We received a grant and we wanted to be like a leading in education. We believe in education can lift the whole community up. You know, it helps everybody when everybody can get a better job and has better opportunities and everybody has access. So we bought the Udemy database for our patrons. So anybody with a library card that was a CLAMS card that was given by Osterville has free access from home or in person at the library. For those of you who may not be familiar with Udemy, it's like mega big, lots of stuff. Being the tech council, I'll hit on some. There's like cloud certification by AWS, there's cloud fundamentals, there's app development, there's analytics, there's data science, big data, data visualization, design tools. There's over 4,000 classes, video classes that you have access to. And there's things that are like fun, like music and art and design and all sorts of different things. So it's a well-rounded, there's basic things, you know, how to use Excel, how to use Word. I took intro to live streaming. So it was a great class. So I could learn now where everything is going more remote. How can I live stream to more than one platform at a time? What, you know, what kind of camera do I need? Do I need an encoder? What do I use for here and that? There's things on Zoom. So it's a really, really comprehensive. And we found when everything got shut down, a lot of people were starting to access this more, and parents were able to access it to help their kids with different subjects and learning in school. It's a great supplement for, you know, teens and adults. And I'm sure some of you have seen the little memes on Facebook and different social media platforms on the Udemy database. It's similar to like the LinkedIn, Linda. They all have their pros and cons. These all have ratings so people can see which ones are the best and which teachers are the best. And it's a great platform.
So Cyndy, does the interface that you have through the library allow you to see what your patrons are accessing, like what courses are popular?
Yeah, we can go through, you know, our data and see the analytics on that we get from Gail, which is the manager of the database for us. Yeah, so it's all over, you know, because, you know, during stressful times, we kind of promoted ones on like meditation and music and different things like that, because sometimes you just need a break from all the, you know, technology and things, because there's a lot of personal development classes on this also. And, you know, it's just really, it's a great resource. It's like we try to take everything, all your excuses off the table. It's like, you don't have money, well, this is free. You know, oh, I can't get to Osterville. Well, you can access it from home. If you can't access it from home, come here. We'll set you up on a computer and you can use it. So we really try to take all the things away that could make it impossible to upskill right now, which is really important on trying to develop maybe new skills to maybe get a better job or a different job during this trying time. So hopefully it'll be helpful to people.
And how has the library gone about getting the word out to folks?
Well, we've been doing, since the shutdown, we've done a lot to stay in touch with people. We've done a new weekly newsletter where we've focused on the databases and our other remote learning. We offer tips to help parents with different activities and crafts and different things for families, young kids, and teens. We put links of local interest, what you can access in Osterville to get food delivered and things like that, links to the town manager, and we're recycling and different things, voting now, and what different procedures. Plus we do interviews with people like you guys are doing of interest to our patrons. So we've done a lot of outreach that way. We do have a tab on our website called Online Learning, where we feature the database. You do need to log in the first time with like Google or another format, because that keeps track of your classes, where you are, in your certificate. So when you stop, or if you go from your phone to your iPad to your computer, you don't lose that continuity. So it's really, it's a great opportunity. There's so much there.
Wow. Brian had a question. He said, are the EDUX courses included via the Udemy site, or is that a separate set of courses?
I actually have no idea. So
Okay.
I would have to look into that and get back to Brian on that.
Yeah, by the way, just for background, the EDUX are university courses. They're Harvard, MIT, UC Berkeley.
Yeah.
So
I know there's access to those free through other formats. I know a lot of the colleges now are doing an access where you don't get credit, but you can take the classes at no charge.
okay.
But that's a good thing that we should actually have on there too. So I'll look into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great resource, and there's a lot of free courses there
Right.
taught by the college professors. So
Right. You just don't get credit on those per the school. I think that's how they work.
correct. You can get a certificate that you took it, but I guess my question was more about just searching, broad search to see what's available. Because
Right.
I'm Googling now, I see Python and courses such as that, which are also EDUX. So I was just wondering if you have to search both.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry.
Cyndy, can you just go over again exactly how people would get access to this versus, like, if I had a CLAMS card that was issued from the Hyannis Library, like how would I go about starting with the courses?
Well, we don't want to take anybody. I mean, if anybody wants to change their card over to Osterville, we're happy to do it for you. And then you'd have immediate access. You could just call the library and we can do it over the phone. You'd probably want to wait till Sunday or Monday. We're really busy because we're giving away the Land Rover tomorrow for our fundraiser. So we're like in ticket mania right now with everybody getting last minute tickets. So Sunday would be good. And we can change your card over immediately and you'll have access to log in. And I say first you have to register. But we've also, if anybody out there's got young kids and that, we've also got 3 other databases that we just got to help people with the new hybrid school teaching time. We've bought elementary, middle, and high school. And these databases can help parents and caregivers with additional information to help kids during this hybrid learning time. We're hoping that we can offer space here for any pods or offer, you know, kids like teens to come in like from 9 to 12 and have some sort of accountability to do their schoolwork here. And if they need access to a computer, we have probably 20, 25 of them available. So we're constantly trying to up our game on the databases and that type of technology and learning. But we do other cool things here. Like
sure, we have a couple more questions. Wait before the you go out. So one is, we talked about this before everyone got on, is that the Osterville Library is probably the only library in the country that has this database, of course.
Well, in Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts.
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
and yes, as of when we got it, we were the only ones that had the free access to it for our patrons. Yes, that's right.
And that you're open on Sundays. We have someone posted a link to your hours. What are your general hours?
They're a little reduced now. We're open 7 days a week, and Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, 9 to 4:45. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 to 4:45. Saturdays, 9 to 3:45, and Sundays, 12 to 3:45. And if you're wondering why we're closing 15 minutes earlier, it's just that we give our staff time to de-stress before they hit the road with this, because we're open to the public fully, and that we do an extra wipe down of high touch areas and that. But, you know, we just don't want to send people out right after, you know, it's kind of crazy dealing with things these days. So we just like a little time to de-stress.
Yeah, and I want to mention too that you are a dog-friendly library. That someone mentioned that in our I've seen that on your signs before because I walk my dog around your library a lot.
Yes, my 2 are here. Pixel and Mazel are here every day.
Yeah. Well-behaved dogs. So I'm not sure my dog would qualify, but
even my dog's named Pixel. It's like, and he's 11 years old. So.
Oh. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about what you do and what's exciting happening at the library right now.
everything's exciting here. You just can't come in and not feel, I mean, it's just this very special place. We have a business center with color copy, fax scanning, and a HIPAA 3 level shredder. So if you needed to do some work here, you can do that. We have a Dremel 3D printer, and we have 12 laptops with Fusion 360 loaded on them. So if you wanted to try designing something, you could, or you had something you wanted to print in an STL file, we could do that here for you. We have 2 Oculus Rift virtual reality setups, and we keep those on more of like an educational basis. We do have a couple of fun things like climbing Mount Everest, but you can go up in the Apollo 11 and talk about technology with you guys. I mean, it's a great experience for someone in multi-generations to do the Apollo 11, because didn't they say the technology in that capsule that went to the moon had less technology than your current cell phone? So, I mean, it truly is to see how they did that. And you're there, and Buzz is right next to you, and you're on the space shuttle. So it's really interesting. And we have some that deal with current events, such as I Am a Man, about the racial discourse in 1968 in the South and the sanitation strikes. We have Traveling While Black. We have ones that deal with Alzheimer's, sight, domestic violence, the Titanic. So it's really a great way for people who may not be physically or financially to experience something. We give them that opportunity through virtual reality. And it's a great way for generations to talk about issues that maybe you experienced the moon takeoff and your child hasn't. And maybe that'll get them to read a book on, you know, space travel now, or the environment, or something else. So we're hoping whatever mode somebody needs to learn in, that we can help them here with our different technology.
That's great. Thank you. One thing one final question before we open it up to the audience. I want to, one misconception that, you know, I work for a state public institution, and people often think that we're 100% funded by the governor or the state. And we're only funded about 20% by the Commonwealth. And we raise all of our other, you know, revenues through tuition, fees, you know, fundraising, et cetera. So can you tell us a little bit about how you're funded and how it works? Because I think there's a misconception that, you know, it's totally funded in a certain way.
Excellent question. And everybody thinks we have a fairy godmother, and honestly, we don't. Oh, I wish we did, but we don't. It's a lot of hard work. I actually went back to school and got my CFRE, so I'm a certified fundraising executive. We have to raise over $650,000 each year to stay open and function. So we do a lot of fundraising, but our thing here too is we give you value. We believe in, you know, like what we've done during the pandemic. We never stopped. We're the heart of the village, and we never missed a beat the whole time. We gave away over 3,000 books to people, because people just wandering around wanting books. We, you know, made things available out curbside. We set up a print email address, so if people needed documents printed, we could take care of that with them. We've hosted blood drives. We've collected over 135 pints of blood. We did 60 graduations out in our gazebo. We did the taxes with the AARP. So we're, you know, always trying to be a part of the community and do these things to add value that people will want to donate to us. As I said, we have the Land Rover Discovery Sport that we have a few tickets left that's going to get drawn tomorrow that somebody's going to win, and we don't get that car donated. We have to buy the cars. So we do that. We have golf coming up. We do all sorts of fundraisers. We just set up a foundation with the Cape Cod Foundation. So we're looking to expand our naming opportunities, but we believe in adding a great value to people to want to donate here. So thank you.
Thank you. Yes, yes. So only 35% of your operating budget comes from the town of Barnstable. I read that on your website this morning. So everything else is a hustle, right?
It is a hustle, but you know, it's great. I believe in this place. I love this place. I love what we do with the community. We do a lot, you know, with other groups, and you know, it's awesome. So what's not to love about it?
Okay, so let's open it up to the floor here, folks. If you want to just jump in, I'm happy to have you do that. You could just unmute yourself and
I see right in. Oculus Rift.
Oh yeah, there was a question about the.
So
what is that?
It's right here. It's a headset. It's total virtual reality immersion. It's just, I think things are going to be VR and AR soon. We've done classes here with junior tech on virtual reality. We actually have a kit that you can check out, at least we did, and make your own virtual reality and, you know, learn about that. It's just a 360 experience with the headset on. It just changes you. It brings you to the ocean. It brings you, you know, down to the bottom of the sea. It puts you on the moon. It puts you climbing Mount Everest. It's just an amazing experience.
Wow, that's amazing. I want to try that.
It is.
I'm going to just jump in here for a second just to remind everybody that for the chat, you can access it either at the bottom of your screen if you're on a desktop, and if you're on a iPad or something, I think it might be at the top of the screen. So feel free to drop some questions in there and say hello. Thank you.
Thank you, Bert.
There's some other things we do. We do a lot with junior tech. So we've done like game developer classes here, game developer 1 and 2, inventing, building structures, beginning coders. So we're hopefully helping, you know, the next generation of young coders and things like that come up. And game development seems to be a really big one now, and different design things. So that's another aspect we do, where we have great space here and we like to share it.
That's great. What else? Any other questions, folks, from the audience? Oh, Bert wanted to know, are these separate from junior tech classes?
No, those are junior tech classes. They
Okay.
have them here. We host them here.
Yeah. Brian was wondering, how much collaboration is there with other libraries on Cape Cod?
Well, you know, we all share books and things like that. So we collaborate in that way. We help each other where we can. As far as, I don't know what other collaboration, if somebody wanted to get a 3D printer, would, you know, maybe help them and tell them about what our experiences have been, or we can do things like that. So we always do have a friendly relation with the other libraries.
I guess I'm thinking in terms of the online learning and some of those capabilities you talked about at the early side of the call. I live in Harwich, so I would tend to go to Brooks
Right.
Library, but I'm comparing the two sites right now, and certainly yours is much richer. So I was wondering how we get Harwich richer by virtue of what you're doing.
Just talk to your director. I mean, it's, you know, we listen to the community, and, you know, we try to be different, and we try to just provide a service. It's, you know, as I say, growing up here and seeing things, it's like, you know, not everybody has an opportunity and not everybody has equal access to things. And it's very important to me that when you're maybe down and out or trying to learn a new skill or something, that, you know, it's kind of like you're in like a tough environment. We want people to come in here and feel good about themselves. We want them to have access to a new computer. We want them to feel welcome and feel like they deserve this opportunity to learn more and better themselves. That's really important to us here. So we try to, you know, that's why we're open 7 days a week. And that's why we do so much with Cape Literacy, and, you know, Capabilities comes in here, and, you know, E4I, I see Kristen's here. We want everybody to know that we're here and we have this stuff, and to please take advantage of it.
Kristen, can you talk a little bit about how your organization has used the Osterville Free Library?
I mean, it's our home. Cyndy's made it really easy. So because we draw entrepreneurs from Falmouth all the way out to P-Town, it's great to have a mid-Cape location. And so we have, you know, lots of pitches and final presentations. And so Cyndy's been kind and makes it really easy on us. And we'll have, you know, our last several sets of final presentation nights have been there, as well as board meetings. And she offers the space to folks if they need to have mentor meetings there. So I think that saying it's a home for E4All is not too far off.
Oh, that's great to hear. I thought Bridgewater was your home, but apparently not. Okay, I get
Mutual matching is very important. Thank you, Jen.
There was another question in the chat. Oh, sorry, I have to scroll back up. It was about the cost of Udemy, and I don't know why I'm having such a hard time pronouncing that. the cost of it. How much did it cost the library?
It costs several $1,000s per year. As I said, we did get a grant for it, and to make the makerspace here more of a classroom. It is a big investment, and also those new educational databases that I mentioned we got was another big investment. And we also, to Kristen's point, we haven't got a special entrepreneur database for business. That was another expense that we truly believe that these ones are very important for our community to help them. So, we're willing to, do that and support. But yeah, they are expensive, and it's a yearly thing, a yearly fee.
And do the libraries on the Cape have like a association like town managers do and chambers of commerce do? Do you meet regularly with other libraries?
Yep, we have the clams and we meet like usually monthly, and it's all now via Zoom like the whole world is. And yeah, and we're all a little different. I'm not a MLS. I do not have a master's degree in library science. I can barely get through a book because I'm dyslexic. So I think that's a uniqueness that I bring to the table here, that, I'm not a perfect writer. I'm not a perfect reader. I will try my hardest, and that's why we have so many different ways for people to learn here, because, everybody does learn different, and you're not stupid. You just haven't found your way yet, and we'll help you find your way and find which is best for you. If you're an adult and maybe a graphic novel with pictures and more of a, like the Archie and Veronica comic book is your style, then, that's what we can help you with. There's no stigma here. Whatever it's going to get you. If, you like bigger print and pictures, maybe you'd read a large print book. There's different ways, and to get people interested. And that's our main thing, is just to get you in here and see which way we can help you reach your potential.
Kate, did you have a question?
Not really a question, but I just wanted to add that Cyndy, Osterville is so lucky to have Cyndy, because she works 24/7, but like she said, she totally loves it. So I think she gets energized by that. But the title of this presentation was the library in the 21st century. And I just wanted to add, I live in Cotuit, so I'm real close. I just wanted to add, when you walk into that library, it doesn't feel at all like the library I grew up with. There's no whispering. Everybody is talking to each other and doing all sorts of interesting things. And then additionally, she's done a great job with her staff, because it is a large library, making certain that all the social distancing criteria are in place. So thanks, Cyndy.
Well, thank you. That's nice. Well, we do take the socially distancing very, very important here. As I say, my background in hospice work was very helpful there, because I had gotten a facility ready for a couple of inspections, and we worked from the beginning to hoard gel and cleaners and wipes and all that stuff, and we rearranged the library to make things more socially distanced, and moved computers and tables and bookshelves, and we have 8 cleaning stations around the library. So if people want to wipe things down before they use it, they can. We go around and wipe things down. We have 2 hand washing stations on each floor for staff, for a sink and water to wash their hands throughout the day. We have masks are mandatory, and we have masks and gloves available for patrons if they need them when they come in. So we do try to, and have room limits and things like that. So we do try to give people as much of a normal experience as possible, while still having access to books and computers and browsing, because we do understand the world still goes on, and there's still life cycles. And people need to fax things for deaths and taxes and all that other stuff. And we try to, be there to support them in this.
Great. What, aside from the pandemic and all the changes that has caused for you to need to make, what has been the biggest challenge for you running the library in the last couple of years?
I don't know. I'm not a challenge person. I'm like an opportunity person. I just think, raising money is always, a major thing, and seeing that, but that's why we try to add value. If you're going to invest your money, you want to know you're getting something in return. We take what we do here very seriously. So just keeping on the cutting edge, what is going to be what people want. When we built this library back like 8 years ago, people were saying libraries are obsolete. You know, there's the Kindle, there's this, there's that. You know, why do you need a library? And it's like, you know, people still want to gather face to face. People still need interaction no matter what happens. And you see this now with the socially distanced. People are craving that, just seeing somebody. And in our area here, there's a lot of widows and widowers and a lot of alone people. Sometimes we realize we're the only person somebody may see in a day, and that we need to take the time to talk to them and, you know, see how they're doing. We reached out to as many people as we possibly could when the pandemic hit, you know, just check in with them, see how they're doing. Is there anything we can do for you? Because we are the community, and our people are important to us.
Oh, that's great.
Every day is a new opportunity. There's always something, you know, and any of you that run business and things, there's always things with people, buildings, facilities, fundraising.
Yeah.
Just got to roll with it.
Is there anything else you would like us to know about the Osterville Free Library?
That we're here. I hope you come in. I'd love to give you a tour. It's a great welcoming space. You know, we do have a quiet area because, you know, and people do need to study, and we have a lot of people that work here on master's degrees and different types of classes. So the whole lower level is a quiet area. The makerspace is available. You do have to wear a hairnet now with the virtual reality, and just because we're trying to keep things, you know, clean and safe for everybody. We do have meeting space and room space. And if you do know of people who are struggling with the upcoming school year, to reach out to us, because we do have space. We do have, you know, different databases, as I mentioned, that hopefully can, you know, help people through this trying time. And to join our newsletter and find out what's going on, because we do reach out. We're very concerned with people's mental health during this time. And we do different interviews with mental health specialists on identifying things in kids and children, and just things that you can do to kind of like keep yourself grounded and sane during this really difficult time and never changing. Because I don't think there's maybe one of us here that didn't think school would be normal come September, and it's anything but. Right. And still up in the air. So it's difficult times.
Yeah, for sure. I just put in the chat the link to join your mailing list, your email list, and I'm going to join as soon as we're done here today. If there's no other questions, we can probably wrap up. Thank you so much for all that you do. This has been enlightening. Like I said, I spend a lot of time walking in Osterville. I've used the restrooms before, but you've definitely motivated me to renew my clams card through your library so that I can get access to all this great material. And I hope that everyone else will consider doing that. And if you have a friend or a relative or a loved one, and you could tell them that as well. I know that Cyndy and all of her staff would really appreciate the support of all the great effort that they're
Get a Range Rover ticket.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you so much, Cyndy, for your time. We really appreciate it. It was a great conversation.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Cyndy, thank you so much. This is great. You really are the library of the future, and look very much forward to seeing what you have next and coming down the road.
Christmas.
So just want to say thank you to everybody for being here today. Don't forget about our upcoming events. Chris Richards from Cape Cod 5 on the 11th, and Amy Dowd on the 18th, and Bob Cody on the 25th. See, I did the math in my head there. Also just wanted to remind you, there's a few links that were in the chat, and if you click on the little 3 dots in your chat, you can actually save the chat to your desktop, and so you can have access to those things later. So look forward to seeing you all. I'll leave this up for the meeting up for a minute so you can grab that. And thank you all, and enjoy your Friday and the rest of the weekend. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cyndy.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.